This is the brief on the high-stakes negotiation for Mu Chen's entry into the Continental Warrior competition. So we're diving into that really intense meeting, where the legendary Fire Emperor Xiao Yan basically goes head-to-head with the powerful War Emperor. Why? To snag a super important competition spot for Mu Chen. And it's serious stuff, driven by this urgent need for strong future protectors against that looming demon clan threat to the whole Great Thousand World. Okay. Let's break down what you really need to know here. First off, that Continental Warrior position, it's a huge deal. It's pretty much seen as the main path to hitting that supreme heaven sovereign power level. That's why the War Emperor was so reluctant at first, right? He pointed out the Western Heaven continents only managed 3 of these warriors in centuries. Super exclusive. Second, the Fire Emperor pulled off getting Mu Chen in with 2 major power plays. He offered the War Emperor the ridiculously rare Divine Dragon Phoenix Pill. I mean, legendary stuff even Heaven Sovereigns want. But, maybe even more importantly, he insisted Mu Chen, who's only an initial stage Earth Sovereign, way lower tier, had to fight in the much tougher late-stage division. Talk about trial by fire. And finally, Mu Chen's success in, borrowing power by getting the Fire Emperor involved, it really backed the War Emperor into a corner. He didn't just give up the competition spot. He also dropped his whole plan to force Mu Chen's beloved, Lo Li, into becoming the palace goddess. It's like an unspoken nod to Mu Chen's rising power and his role as the future Emperor Mu of the Loshan clan. So yeah, by forcing a Heaven Sovereign's hand, Mu Chen locked in his risky path forward, cementing his place as an essential force and the Loshan clan's accepted protector.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, power shifts and new challenges. Okay, so we're jumping right into what happens after a huge fight in the Great Ruler's world. Things are really shifting, power-wise, and it sets up this massive new challenge for our main guy, Mu Chen. First off, the Luo God clan, they came out on top, big time. They really solidified their power, especially because Mu Chen and his seriously heavy-hitting friends, the Flame Emperor and the Martial Ancestor, showed up just in time. And Lu Li, she inherited this ancient power and handled some traitors really smartly. Instead of, execution, she made them take this poison. Sounds nasty, right? But it means they need her for the antidote each year, so they stay loyal and the clan keeps their fighting power. Pretty clever stuff. Second, Mu Chen himself. Wow, he's got a wild test ahead. See, he's a lower Earth Sovereign, which is strong, yeah, but he's being thrown into the advanced Earth Sovereign competition for this big title, Continental Warrior, like way above his current level. The Martial Ancestor announced it, and let me tell you, a lot of powerful fighters are seriously mad, calling it an insult. But Mu Chen, he's taking on the challenge. He knows he needs this crazy push to get strong enough to rescue his mom from the really scary Futu ancient clan. Finally, this competition, the opponents are no joke. Lu Li warns Mu Chen he'll be up against some legendary advanced Earth Sovereigns, guys known for beating others at their own level. But even scarier, there are these heaven-blessed God Warriors. And get this, some of them have actually killed advanced Earth Sovereigns before. Yeah, the danger level is off the charts. Mu Chen's journey to rescue his mother just got exponentially more dangerous, requiring him to overcome rivals of legendary power.
This is the brief on Mu Chen's ascendant journey and ancient heritage. We're diving into the Great Ruler, right? Where Mu Chen's seriously leveling up, but it's setting him up for this huge clash with some ancient powers. So first up, Mu Chen hits this major milestone, yeah? The DZ power level. Think limitless spiritual energy all through his body. But, bam! This throws him straight into the super tough Continent Warrior title competition. And get this, his main opponents? 3 martial gods from the formidable CTN Temple. Now, these guys, they don't just beat powerful cultivators, they kill them. We're talking totally destroying their life force, which is way harder. Mu Chen himself, he's only managed that against a weaker opponent before. Plus, he's kind of ticked off the influential Martial Emperor. So yeah, these martial gods, they're definitely gunning for him in the competition. Next, okay, so facing that, what's Mu Chen gonna do? Well, he taps into something hidden, a powerful skill from his mom's side, the Great Pagoda Art. This belongs to the super old and mighty Futu clan, like one of the real big players in the Great Thousand World. He couldn't really grasp it before, but now, at this new DZ level, he starts unlocking its secrets. It involves absorbing tons of spiritual energy, forming this imposing black pagoda. Then there's this whole mysterious chant. And poof, the pagoda explodes and his spiritual body gets sucked into a vortex. Pretty wild stuff. And finally, where does this vortex lead? His spirit lands in this mysterious ancient place. He finds this absolutely massive eternal pagoda, radiating power like way beyond even the top-tier heavenly Zizun. It does this risky check on his bloodline. Phew! Thankfully confirms he's Futu clan from his mom, and then starts giving off this ancestral radiance. You know, pure lineage power. He starts absorbing it. His bloodline ignites, burning with black flames as he refines this new, pure white Buddha pagoda. But just as he's almost got this powerful new pagoda complete, two elderly Futu clan guardians show up. They're totally surprised he's even there and attack him with these giant claws, accusing him of stealing their ancestral power. So, Mu Chen's journey to unlock his potential? Yeah, it's unexpectedly thrown him right into conflict with his own powerful ancient family. Talk about a high-stakes fight for destiny.
This is the brief on Mu Chen's latest escape and power evolution in the Great Ruler Saga. So, the newest chapter? It throws our guy Mu Chen into this really desperate spot, escaping a super powerful ancient clan. But it also shows off his mom's hidden strength and kicks off a wild transformation for him. First up, this daring escape his mother pulled off. Mu Chen was trapped, right? By the Futu ancient clan's nasty magical prison, the giant imprisonment array. He was literally about to sacrifice everything. But then, get this, his mother, Qingyang Jing, messes with the clan's own defenses from afar. She disabled key magical seals, creating an escape route. Talk about power. It let Mu Chen bail through a dimensional vortex. Plus, she basically told the clan elders, look, you can send your Earth Sovereign level guys after him, but no way are you sending the top-tier Heaven Sovereign level cultivators. Bold move, right? Second, Mu Chen got a massive power-up out of this. After escaping, he absorbed this inherited radiance into his special artifact, the Crystal Pagoda. And wow, it totally transformed his spiritual energy, his Ling Qi. It went from purple to this like super potent, clear, glassy form. This boosted him big time, pushing him way up to the late-stage initial Earth Sovereign level. And his Crystal Pagoda, it now gives him two crazy abilities: supercharging his Ling Qi and this unique power to freeze an opponent's energy solid. Even strong, late-stage Earth Sovereigns could be helpless. Apparently, that's kind of the Futu clan's signature move. Finally, this whole thing sets the stage perfectly for the Continental Warrior competition. Mu Chen's powered up, he's got Lu Li with him, she's an initial Earth Sovereign too, with a unique water god body, so she's no pushover. They're heading to the Western Heaven Temple, ready to compete. The plan? Shake things up and try to snag both of those coveted Continental Warrior spots. Mu Chen's close call and huge power surge have definitely put him on a collision course with destiny in the Great Thousand World. This is the brief on the Continental Warrior Tournament in the Great Ruler. All right, so let's set the scene. We're talking about the Great Thousand Worlds, right? And the biggest event happening in the Xitian continent for ages is this tournament. You've got powerful folks called Earthly Sovereigns coming from everywhere, all aiming for some serious fame. And, crucially, a shot at becoming a Heavenly Sovereign. That's like the next level of ultimate power. First up, this whole thing is a really big deal. It's held in Xitian City. And winning doesn't just get you known across all the worlds, it's basically seen as the path to hitting that legendary Heavenly Sovereign status. You know, world-altering power. Second, strategy's key. The Xitian Palace and their powerhouse leader, the War Emperor, they're sending in their best, their war gods. He specifically told 3 advanced earthly sovereigns, Ling Jianzi, Ling Jinji, and Ling Longzi, look, you guys gotta win. But watch out for others like Liu Qingchen, Suma, Chumen, and especially this guy Mu Chen. Yeah, his entry's kind of controversial, but the super powerful Flame Emperor okayed it. The Emperor also has war god Ling Feizi fighting in the initial earthly sovereign group, warning her about Luo Li, who's got this incredible water god's body. And finally, let's talk drama, because Mu Chen showing up in Xitian City, hoo boy. He's competing in the advanced battlefield, right? But get this, he's ranked dead last in popularity. People are mocking him, saying he's weak, only got in because of connections. And then some other sovereign, Song Ba, actually calls him out, demanding his spot. So total underdog vibes and tons of tension right from the start. So, yeah, expect an explosive mix of power, strategy, and some pretty intense rivalries.